Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalam ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursaleen wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Allahumma infa'ni bima 'allamtani wa 'allimni ma yanfa'uni wa zidni ilman. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So welcome back to this session number 6, the penultimate session, before we wrap up this small journey of us where we are trying to understand the concept of morphology in Arabic language. So in the last 5 sessions, Alhamdulillah, we have achieved quite a bit as far as our understanding of Arabic SARF is concerned. So if you do a kind of self-evaluation, muhasaba of yourself, you will realize that whatever version we were there before the Ramadan, I think we are a better version of ourselves as far as the understanding of the Arabic text is concerned. So we started with the active passive voice, and then we jump on to the SARF, where we have completed the 5 families, allama yuallimu, and then jahada yujahidu, then akhbara yukhbiru, ta'allama yata'allamu, and then tasa'ala yatasa'alu. These are the 5 families that we have covered out of the 8 that we intend to study from the big families. So as already indicated, total 14 families, 8 are labeled as big families, which means they have more than the 3 root letters inside them. The number of letters is much more, 4 and beyond. That's a big family. And those families or those forms of verbs which are having only the root letters, no additional letters, those are called as small families. They have Arabic terminologies which I have not used yet, but for those of you who are interested, the 3-letter family, small family, is called as mujarrad. Again, there is a bigger name for it. I'm using the short form of it. It's called as mujarrad. And the big family is called as mazid fihi. Mazid means zyada, that which has more. Fihi, in it, that which has more letters in it. So which we are calling for our understanding as big families and small families. So today, inshallah, our intention is biiznillah to complete this big families series by completing the remaining 3 families. Now we are going to study these 3 families together. Why? Because you will see for yourself, once I explain you the first of these 3, you are yourself able to complete the other 2 families. They follow it so literally on the format of the first one that they all look the same except for minor tweak, minor change. They all look the same. So if I tell you the past, present and masdar of one of these 3 families, I am pretty sure you will be able to construct the past, the present and the masdar for these remaining 2 families, because they follow the exactly almost the same pattern. So unless anybody has any question, let's jump into it. Okay, I need to share the slide. This is the, no, yeah, I think this is the one. Share the screen. Okay, and the screen is what's happening? No. This is not the one. So share the screen and yes, please. Yatasa'alu, right? Yatasa'alu, yeah. Right. Yata'allamu. Uh-huh. Yeah. So, right, right. So here is the thing. I don't know, I still didn't get your question, but let me just put in some words and see if that solves your issue. The important thing for ism file is we are using the present tense. But once you take the skeleton, the structure of the present tense, then you mold it into mu e sound. You put a mu in the beginning and the e sound in the second last letter. So we are using those structure, but then customizing it as mu'i. So it doesn't matter what it is there. So yatasa'alu will become mutasa'ilun. Right? Tasa'ala yatasa'alu. And ta'allama yata'allamu will become muta'allimun. So important thing to construct a ism file, a active participle is mu and e sound. On the mu and e sound on top of the present tense structure. Does that answer your question? Yeah. Okay, so I think the slide is shared. Yes, the slide is shared. Anyway, so let's get started here. Family number, I forgot. What is family number? 7, 8 and 10. Those are the families that we're going to take a look at it today. Okay, so here are the family names. You can look at it yourself. Look at those family names in the English before I show you the Arabic. It says in kasara yan kasiru. In kasara yan kasiru. The next family says ik taraba yak taribu. Almost the same family. Same sound. In kasara yan kasiru. Ik taraba yak taribu. And then istagfara yastaghfiru. Apart from the roots, you see the sounds, the structure is almost the same. In kasara yankasiru, iktaraba yaktaribu, istaghfara yastaghfiru. That is the reason we are studying them together. So if you study and understand one, the remaining two fall in place automatically. That's why they are always, most of the time, studied together. It's like hitting three birds in one stone. Yeah, just like yesterday we had tasa'ala and ta'allama, but this one is more closer. Okay, so if you write this family number 7 in the Arabic, this is how it will look like. In kasara yan kasiru in kisaran. That is the structure of past, present and masdar. Family number 7. So similarly, what will be the family number 8? Iktaraba yaktaribu iktiraban. In kisaran iktiraban. Yankasiru yaktaribu. In kasara iktaraba. Very much similar, very much. All of them starting the same way, ending the same way, same sound at the second last letter, everything same. Then similarly, family number 10, istighfar जो हम बोलते हैं, that is the masdar. Istighfar. Istaghfara yastaghfiru istighfaran iktiraban inkisaran istighfaran. Istighfaran has extra letters into it as compared to the previous two. That's why you feel a little bit of slight different sound, but apart from the extra letter, it's the same. E, an. E and then the sukoon and then E sound and then an. That's a sound all of them three carry. So you can see how similar these are. Now I don't think you need any more members. You can easily, or you should be able to create all the three tables for the SARF Sagir. And if you are able to create SARF Sagir, then you should be able to create the SARF Kabir. So how many words are those in just in these three families? Can you imagine? In Kasara has got 14 words. Yan Kasiru 14. In Kisaran 9. And then you have Ism file 9. Then again past passive 14. Present passive 14. Isam maful 9, command again 6, forbidding 6, zarf again 9, add those. And then you have again iktaraba, same number, istaghfara, so many words. And then those are just the first word. Inkasara has its own table. Inkasara, inkasara, inkasaru, inkasarat, inkasarata, inkasarna, and so on. So hundreds and hundreds of words we are able to create, alhamdulillah. So let's take or look at these families one by one, study them, make the sarf sagir, look at their members, and that's all. There's nothing more to it. We have already studied in detail. All we need to see is what format is, which is this format. Make the sarf sagir, look at the members, and proceed. So in kasara, yan kasiru, and look at their subtle variations in the meaning. What are the specialities of these families, and so on. So in kasara, yan kasiru. Now, this is a slightly special family in the sense that the meaning itself, the members of this family exhibit the meaning itself kind of a passive form. The word is not passive. The word, you can see it's a normal table, but the meaning that comes out from this family, in kasara yan kasiru, any word that is put in this family, or most of the words that are put into this family, the meaning is kind of a passive. So that's why this is a little bit of a special family where we are doing the normal words, but still the meanings are coming out to be passive in English. Okay, that's the meaning it is coming out. But the word is not passive. The word itself is active. And that is the reason we don't have passive for this, because the meaning already is in passive. So what can you do again? Passive of passive? No, we don't do that. That would be nonsense, right? So this family, any member when you put in kasara family, it is not going to have passive. It's only going to have active, command, forbidding, zarf. That's all. There will be no passive form though. So make a note of that thing. Okay, this in kasara family. So in kasara, that's a past tense. Yan kasiru, present tense. In kisaran. In kasara, yan kasiru, in kisaran. So you should memorize like that. So it will automatically fall. Iktaraba, yaktaribu, iktiraban, istaghfara, yastaghfiru, istighfar. Okay. Now give me the ism file, please, quickly. Munkasirun, fahuwa munkasirun. In kasara, yan kasiru, in kisaran, fahuwa munkasirun. And then, as I said, you don't need to sweat out for the passives. This family and all other members belonging to this family do not have passives. So we directly jump to the command. So how will you say the in kasara yan kasiru in command form? What's that? Ankas. Okay, ankasir. Fine. Any other variations? In kasir. Okay, I like that. There should be always a distinction. Somebody saying X, somebody saying Y. So that in kasir. Okay, in kasir. In kasar. Oh, okay. इसकी कसर बाकी थी बस, ये भी पूरा हो गया. इन कसर. ओके. और कोई चीज कसर बाकी है इस चीज में? कोई पूरा करना चाहता है कसर? Okay. So remember this. The conventional method of making command. Don't forget it. Except for Aslama family, this method should be applied for all the families. Aslama, as I told you, is a special one. There we don't follow that conventional method. We strictly put a Hamza with the Fatha in the beginning. Compulsory. And in fact, we don't even need to check for Aslama family. Hey, does it need a helper alif? No, it always needs it. Because the format of it is such that the first root letter always gets a sukoon. Aslama, akhbara, anzala, anzara. So there is always a sukoon. It's always going to need the helper alif. So we add a hamza with a fatha compulsory. But that's not the norm. That's not how we make command. The procedure to make the command is you take the present tense, yankasiru, okay? Take the second person because commands are only made from second person. Yankasiru becomes tankasiru. Okay, make it lightest, which means if the word is ending in dhamma, make it sukun. If the word is ending with the combination una ina, drop the nun. In this case, we have a dhamma. So in kasir tan kasiru ka dhamma nikal denge, it will be tan kasir. Okay, and then the next step says drop the ta. The moment you drop the ta, you are stuck, because now your noon, letter noon, which is with sukun, gets exposed. That becomes the first letter. Now you cannot pronounce a word which begins with sukun. So in this case, we need the help of the helper alif. So you add a alif in front of it. Now the question arises, okay, you added the alif, but what should be the accent? What should be the harkat on it? Dhamma, fatah, kasra. For that, we resort to the second last root letter. In this, the root letters are kaf, sin, ra. So we go to the sin letter because that's the second last root letter. And the rule says that if the second last root letter has a dhamma, put dhamma on the helper alif. If it has anything else, put a kasra. So in this case, it will be kasra. So all those who said in kasir are right. So the command should be in kasir. That's how we make the command. Keep this procedure in mind. This is how you are supposed to make the command. So yan kasiru ka command hoga in kasir. Of course, this is one of the 6 commands. The 6 commands will be in kasir, in kasira, in kasiru, in kasiri, in kasira, in kasarna. Right? That's how it will be. Then the forbidding will be la tan kasir. La tan kasir will be the forbidding, and the zarf will be mun kasarun. Mun kasarun. It follows the ism maful, which is absent in this case since we don't have a passive form. So the word will be mun kasarun. Mun kasarun. Okay? This is the sarf sagir for in kasara yan kasiru. In kasara yan kasiru. Sarf sagir. Now, as far as this family goes, as I told you, the meaning is kind of a passive, even though we are using the active form of the verbs. That is something we need to make a note. And usually, the speciality of this family, or the connotation that you get out of this, is when the action happens, there is a state of this thing. There is no a result of the action. It is the state in which this particular thing or object or entity goes into when this happens. When in kasara happens, it is the resulting state from the action. It is not the action itself. It is the resulting state from the action. You can say that. It's a resultative meaning. So kasar, kasar means the root meaning of kasar. We all know most of it. Kasar means to break. Kasar means to break. Kasar ki namaz, kasar bolte na. Kasar. Kasar means the root meaning is break, breaking. In kasara means being in the state of broken, or to get broken. To get broken. Not break it. Not break it. Break it would be active. He broke it. Get broken. That is the meaning you get from this. So this is little bit out of the ordinary. That's why this is a special family, in kasara. It means, in kasara means it got broken. It got broken. Mind you, this is different than to break it. Nobody broke it. It got broken. It broke. That is the meaning you get always with these families. This kind of meaning. So it is the state of being, or something of being in the state of broken state, being in the broken state. That's the in kasara. It got broken. So yan kasiru will be it breaks. It breaks. It breaks. It itself breaks. That's the meaning. In kasiru. In kisaran, to break. To break. In kisaran will be to break. And mun kasirun, say that again. What will you mun kasirun? Okay, just little bit. The one who breaks or that which breaks. That which breaks. That which breaks. See, mind you, there is a subtle variation in the meaning. It is not like the one who breaks. Na. The one who breaker nahi hai meaning iska. That which breaks. That is the meaning of munkasirun. It makes a huge difference when you see these type of words in Qur'an and you try to interpret it. It has to be understood in the proper sense. Well, brittle is the state which leads to breaking. So that which breaks, that is munkasirun. A glass broke itself because of the change in the weather or whatever it is. It broke itself. Not because of falling, but it broke. That would be mun. So, inkasara yankasiru, inkisaran, fahuwa munkasirun, inkasir la tankasir, munkasarun. Yes, go ahead. नहीं आएगा. जो भी इस फैमिली में जो भी वर्ड आप डालोगे इन कसरा के फॉर्मेट में, जो भी रूट लेटर्स यूज करोगे, उसका मीनिंग इसी तरह निकलेगा. वो स्टेट में जाएगा, उसका पैसिव नहीं होगा. वही तो लिखा हुआ है यहाँ कि इस फैमिली में जो भी वर्ड आएगा, मेंबर आएगा, उसका पैसिव नहीं होगा. इसका क्योंकि उसकी मीनिंग ही पैसिव में निकलेगी. आप देखोगे अभी जब हम मेंबर्स देखेंगे उसके, तो उसके मीनिंग्स ही पैसिव में निकल रही है. तो उसका और पैसिव बना के कुछ होने वाला नहीं है और बनने वाला नहीं है पैसिव उसका. इसका मीनिंग पैसिव में निकल रहा है इंग्लिश में, लेकिन ये वर्ड नॉर्मल एक्टिव है, तो उसको और पैसिव करने की जरूरत नहीं है. इसका एक्टिव में मीनिंग आएगा ही नहीं. पैसिव जो है सिर्फ पैसिव सिर्फ पास्ट और प्रेजेंट का होता है. मजदर का पैसिव नहीं होता, इसम फाइल का पैसिव नहीं होता, कमांड का पैसिव नहीं होता. पैसिव सिर्फ पास्ट और प्रेजेंट का ही होता है. Passive is related to tense. Tense are only past and present. Okay? और चूंकि past और present passive नहीं है, तो मफूल भी नहीं आएगा उसका. Okay. या कौन सा? इनकिलाब. आप मेरे आगे की स्लाइड्स पढ़ रहे हैं, आगे की स्लाइड्स मत पढ़ो, आएगी वो स्लाइड. अभी जवाब देता हूँ उसका. इट्स कमिंग. वो खुद मेंबर बन के आ रहा है एक. अभी दिखा था आपका जवाब. सो दिस इज टाइम एंड प्लेस ऑफ ब्रेकिंग. ये लो. सो हियर आर द मेंबर्स ऑफ द इनकसरा यनकसिरु फैमिली एंड दिस इज हाउ दे विल टर्न आउट टू बी. सो व्हाट इज दिस? रीड समवन. नाउ आई एम शोइंग वन बाय वन. इनफिलाकन, इनफलका यनफलिकु, इनफिलाकन. फलक से आता है वर्ड ये. फलक. फलक का मतलब क्या? फलक का बहुत सारे मीनिंग है. फलक का मतलब डॉन भी होता है, सुबह की जो ट्वाइलाइट, डे ब्रेक, उसको भी फलक बोलते हैं. फलक का मतलब स्प्लिट हो जाना, अलग हो जाना, टूट जाना, उसको भी फलक बोलते हैं. सो इन फलका मतलब इट बिकेम सेपरेटेड. Infalaka does not become separate. No, it's separated. It's split open. It cracked. Infalaka yanfaliku infilakan fahuwa munfalikun. Similarly, you have inkalaba yankalibu inkilaban. Advocate Shiva ma'am. Shiva ma'am, here is your answer. Inkalaba yankalibu inkilaban. इनकिलाब यहां से आता है. यस. इनकिलाब लाओ. इनकिलाब. व्हाट इज इनकलाब? इनकलाब न्यूज़पेपर है, पता है मुझे. इनकलाब क्या है? इनकलाब का मतलब क्या होता है? इनकलाब लाओ मत. हाँ, रेवोल्यूशन. रेवोल्यूशन इज द प्रैक्टिकल मीनिंग. एक्चुअली बना क्या है? ये इनकलाब वर्ड क्यों यूज किया है? इट कम्स फ्रॉम द वर्ड कल्ब. कल्ब. कल्ब का मतलब हार्ट. अब हार्ट को कल्ब क्यों बोलते हैं? बिकॉज कल्ब मीन्स टू चेंज. द स्टेट ऑफ द हार्ट कीप्स चेंजिंग. आप खुद देखो. कल्ब का मतलब है एक मतलब उसका सेंटर भी है, हार्ट इज इन द सेंटर. इट ऑल्सो मीन्स टू चेंज, इट कीप्स चेंजिंग. इनकलबा, या इनकिलाब का मतलब नॉट, मतलब ये दरवाजा इधर था इधर कर दिया, इसको इनकलाब नहीं बोलेंगे. हाँ, चेंज है, कल्ब है, मतलब चेंज है. ये आपने पूरा घर ही उल्टा पुल्टा कर दिया. वो उधर एंट्री थी, अब इधर कंट्री, छत ऊपर थी नीचे कर दी जमीन. ये जो है इसको बोलते हैं टू टर्न अपसाइड डाउन, पूरा चेंज कर देना, उसको बोलते हैं इनकलाब. इसीलिए उसको बोलते हैं रेवोल्यूशन. रेवोल्यूशन का मतलब जो अभी फिलहाल निजाम है, फिलहाल सिस्टम है, इसको कंप्लीट चेंज की जरूरत है. थोड़ा बड़ा सोफिस्टिकेटेड कॉस्मेटिक पाउडर लिपस्टिक लगाने की जरूरत नहीं है उसको बहुत बड़ा चेंज की जरूरत है. दैट इज इनकलाब. इनकलाब, टू टर्न अपसाइड डाउन, कंप्लीट यू टर्न, 360 डिग्री टर्न, दैट इज इनकलाब. कलबा, टू टर्न. Then there could be a kallaba, allama family. Kallaba, it means to turn upside down. सिर्फ upside down, इतना, ऐसा ऐसा, थोड़ा 180 डिग्री, that is kallaba. पूरा ही चेंज कर दिया, इनकलबा. यू टर्न, इनकलाब. Similarly, you have insalakha, yansalihu, insilakhan. This also comes in Qur'an. Insalaka, yansaliku, insilakhan, to pass, to get over. Okay, to finish. Then it is inkadara, yankadiru, inkidaran. Inkadara, yankadiru, inkidaran, to fall off. Our sarf. Insarafa, yansarifu, insirafan, to turn away, to be in the state of turning away, going away, turn away. फिर जाना, मुड़ जाना. Sarafa means to move, right? Intalaka yantaliku intilakan. Intalaka yantaliku intilakan. Talak. Yeah, the talak word comes from this. Talak. Talaka means to be free from, to make yourself free from a bond, from an agreement, to leave, to quit something. That is talaka. In talaka means to depart. अपने निकल जाना, अपने अलग अलग रास्ते, जो भी है. To depart, to set, to be on the way. That's to set out. That is in talaka. With the root meaning of talaka. Talaka means to exit, to leave, to quit. That is talaka. Infatara yanfatiru infitaran. Infatara yanfatiru infitaran. Futur. Surah Mulk. Allah challenges. Find out. Is there any futur in my creation? Look at the sky. Is there any dent, any crack, anything there? Anything which is not perfect? Right? To split, to break. Fatara means to break. Right? In fatara means to be broken, to be smashed, something like that. Or agar hard cheez hai, to have a complete dent inside it. That's in fatara, to be broken. Infajara, yanfajiru, infijaran. Infajara, yanfajiru, infijaran, to gush forth. Fajar वहीं से आता है वर्ड. फजर जो आता है, अंधेरे को चीर के उजाला उसमें से आता है, right? It splits. The darkness and the light comes out, right? That's Fajr. Yeah. So those are the root letters there. Fajr is dawn. That's how you say. Fajjara, to gush forth. कोई एक पानी जमीन से अगर एक spring निकलती है gush, that is Fajjara. To gush forth and come out, right? So these are the members of your Inkasara family. So all these members which are there, mostly you will not find their passives. They will be in this form only. And remember, this is a kind of a state. It's kind of a state which is there. It is not the action, it's the result of the action. When you get broken, when you get split, right? When you turn around, when you are completely turned, those meanings will be get here. So that is Inkasara Yankasiru for you. And then the next family, it should be straightforward. It follows the same pattern. So there shouldn't be any problem in creating the table, except this one will have passive. This one will, that's why I'm saying, why am I not seeing the words? That's interesting. Okay, so in iktaraba yaqtaribu iktiraban. Iktaraba, past tense, yaqtaribu, present tense, iktiraban. Iktiraban. Now, here is the thing. What are the root letters here? Huh? So these looks like fundamental students who have completed the course. Otherwise, it is difficult to figure out what are the root letters here, right? So even though the word says iqtaraba, the roots are qaf, ra, and ba. So if you are looking at a word and you figure out the roots, then the attention should immediately next turn to the remaining letters. Why? Or remaining whatever is apart from this, because those are forming the part of the pattern, which means apart from the root letters, whatever exists, that is going to be always there with each and every word in this family. That's what it means. Basically, that's what it means. So if Qaf, Ra, Ba are root letters, that means all the members in this family are going to begin with E, compulsory, because E is there. Second thing, all the members of this family are going to have one extra letter, and that letter is Ta. Ta. And that Ta has to come after the first root letter. That's what is SARF technique about. You look at the word, you figure out the root, you figure out the pattern. जब तक आप ये बैठ के एक्सरसाइज नहीं करोगे, आप दूसरे वर्ड्स नहीं बना पाओगे. सो इक्तरबा, जो चीज हमको उसमें से एक्सट्रैक्ट करनी चाहिए वो ये है कि इसका हर मेंबर ई से चालू होगा, फर्स्ट रूट लेटर आएगा, फर्स्ट रूट लेटर पे सुकून आएगा, सेकंड लेटर त होगा, थर्ड और फोर्थ लेटर पे फतह होगा. ये है पैटर्न, ये है फॉर्म इस फैमिली का. तो जब पैटर्न आपको याद हो जाएगा, आप सिर्फ आपको उसमें सिर्फ रूट लेटर्स डालने हैं, टक टक टक, दैट्स इट. ई बना दिया, जगह छोड़ दी, फर्स्ट रूट लेटर त लिख दिया और जगह छोड़ दी, फतह फतह डाल दिया, ऐसा समझ लो. अब उसमें जो है आप 3 रूट लेटर्स ऐड करोगे, काफ, रा, बा, सीन, बा, ता, जो भी है, ऐसे ऐसे तो वर्ड्स बनते जाएंगे. So you are supposed to understand the pattern of it. इक्तरबा, यक्तरिबु, इक्तिराबन, इसके अंदर रूट लेटर्स काफ, रा, बा है. So इसका इसम फाइल क्या होगा? मुक्तरिबुन. इसम फाइल will be मुक्तरिबुन, mu e sound using the present tense. इक्तरबा, यक्तरिबु, इक्तिराबन for मुक्तरिबुन. Passive will be ukturiba, yuktarabu. Again, masdar remains masdar, and then muktarabun. Muktarabun. This is following the same table as the previous one, but ये लाइन नई लग रही है क्योंकि प्रीवियस में पैसिव नहीं था, बाकी सब सेम होगा. अब प्रीवियस में आप अगर कमांड देखो, क्या था कमांड? इन कसरा का इन कसिर, एग्जैक्टली सेम कमांड आएगा यहाँ. काफ, रा, बार यूज करो. इक्तरिब, सेम, कोई डिफरेंस नहीं. इक्तरिब, ला तक्तरिब, मुक्तरबुन. मुक्तरबुन, ज़र्फ. Okay? You might have realized by now the root letter, since the root letters are kaf, ra, ba, so kareeb, this word is coming from the meaning kareeb, near. But this is not karaba, to come near, something like that, or be near. No, this is not, because that would be karaba. This is iktaraba. It means to approach. To approach. That is iktaraba. Even though it is made from qareeb. Approaching and being near are related, but not same. Related but not same. Iktaraba, he approached. Yaktaribu, he approaches. Iktiraban, to approach. Muktaribun, one who approaches. The one who approaches. Now, even though this family can have passive, But this particular root letter does not make sense. This particular family. I mean, now you need to understand, sometimes the passives are banned or the passives are not making sense family wide. That is in कसरा. इन कसरा में आप कुछ भी डालो उसका पैसिव सही नहीं बनेगा, उसका मीनिंग ऐसा एग्जिस्टिंग नहीं होगा. इसमें बन भी सकता है, नहीं भी बन सकता है, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन विच रूट लेटर्स ही यूज्ड. फॉर काफराबा इट डजंट मेक सेंस. ही अप्रोच्ड, he was approached. In English it might be saying okay, he was approached, makes sense, but in the Arabic form ukturiba, it doesn't make sense. He was approached, he approached, he was approached. It doesn't make sense for some reason in the Arabic, because of the inherent meaning that it causes. So he was approached, it doesn't make sense. You see, the way Arabic, just like we saw the in kasir example, it doesn't make sense in English. Break, you don't say that break. When you say break, you are telling someone to break something. But in Arabic, break yourself is fine. Same thing here. In English, you might feel like, yeah, he was approached is fine. He was approached by someone. It's fine. But in Arabic, they say no, that we don't use this verb that way. So there is no passive for iktaraba. But if you use some other root letters, the passive might make more sense. So it might exist. So we cannot say that there is no passive for this family wide. No, specific members might not have passive. Just like akhbara yukhbiru, it has passive. He was informed. But if you take aslama yuslimu, he submitted, it will not have passive, even though it is same family. He aslama, he submitted. Uslima, he was submitted. No, it doesn't make sense. He was submitted. What do you mean he was submitted? It will not make sense for the person. So there are specific combinations of root letters which will not have sensible passive, and this is supposed to be one of those. So there is no passive for this. The command would be iktarib, approach. La taktarif, don't approach, and time and place of approaching. Okay, so that is muqtarabun. Iktaraba, yaqtaribu, iktiraban. To approach, to come near. That would be the meaning, to come near. Okay, so there is a difference between near and approaching. Approaching and being near. Being near is a quality. Being near is a state, is a property. Like the car is near. Yeah, oh, so I'm standing, the car is near. It's near, the car is near. It is in the state of being near. That is the adjective, that's the quality. But if the car is coming towards me, that means the car is approaching me. You see that difference between near and approach? So this is made from the root letters of near, but it's not being near. It is approaching, it's an action. It is not a state. State is being near. So if I have a car beside me, I say the car is near to me. And a car is coming towards me, the car is approaching me. So that is in an action of coming near. This is already near. So that is a difference between Qarib and Iktaraba. That's the meaning that to change it. Okay. Okay, so it was approached. It is written here. It is being approached. To approach. The animation is out of order, but it doesn't make sense. It says it was approached, kind of a thing. So that is your Iktaraba Yaktaribu family. Let's take a look at the members of this. So it will be Istabaqa, Yastabiku, Istibakan. What are the roots here? Yeah, Sin Ba Kaf. All those who are parents, they might have definitely heard this word. Sabak. Right? Sabak. That's the same thing. But हमको सबक यानी हमको ऐसा लगता है सबक का लिटरल मीनिंग है लेसन. आगे का सबक दो. बच्चे बोलते हैं ना उस्ताद आगे का सबक दो. आगे सबक, आगे सबक. That is the same sabak. But sabak doesn't mean lesson, right? Sabak. Sabak means to precede. आगे जाना. Sabak. आगे जाना. Gone before. Precede. उसको बोलते हैं सबक. साबिक. इसी से वर्ड आता है साबिक. साबिक, those who have gone ahead. One who goes ahead. साबिक. सिमिलरली आप इसको अगर Sabqat. I don't know. Unless I see the Arabic word, I can't tell. See, the many times we say the kaf and ka are mixed, sin and swad are mixed. So by pronunciation, I can't tell. Unless you show me the letters and they are sin, ba, kaf, it could be related. The kaf could be the small kaf, sabak. That might have a different meaning. So I can't tell like that. I have to see the word or the proper letters of it. Sabaka you can make from this. Putting on jahada family. Sabaka, which means to surpass one another. To go ahead, race में कभी वो आगे जाता है, कभी ये आगे जाता है. That is sabaka, race kind of a thing. हाँ, साबिकुन अव्वलीन, जो हमारे से आगे जा चुके हैं, जो लोग, जो सहाबा and all, they will be साबिक, आगे गए हुए लोग, right? इस्तबका, ये जो है इस्तबका means to race, किसी के साथ रेस लगाना, स्ट्राइव करना, compete करना, that is इस्तबका, right? तो सबक means to go ahead. इस्तबका यस्तबिकु इस्तिबाकन. इंतशरा यंतशिरु इंतिशारन. इंतशरा यंतशिरु इंतिशारन. हाँ? Slide is not visible. So, yeah, sometimes your network is the issue. It takes time to refresh or it might get stuck. So if nobody's other is complaining and you are not seeing the refreshed version, just log out of the Telegram and log in. It will be okay. So intashara yantashiru intisharan. The root letters are nashr. Nashr. Those who are studied from Urdu, they might know it. I am not studied from Urdu, but I used to hear this word a lot when I was growing up in the school. There used to be, of course, there was no television. There were radios, and I used to hear on the radio that ये प्रोग्राम दिल्ली से नश्र किया जा रहा है. I still remember that jockey, radio jockey used to say, हाँ, publish, spread. आज की भाषा में अगर उसको टेक्नोलॉजी की भाषा में यूज करेंगे तो टेलीकास्ट, स्ट्रीम, that is नश्र, ब्रॉडकास्ट, that is all. Basically उसका मीनिंग है डिस्पर्स, स्प्रेड. ये प्रोग्राम दिल्ली से नश्र किया जा रहा है. At that time I didn't understand, but I got the idea. This is being, the program is coming from Delhi. Now I understand nashr. What do you mean by nashr? Nashr means to spread, to telecast, right? To broadcast, to spread out. Intashara, yantashiru, intisharan, to disperse, to spread, right? So, muntashirun, the one who spreads, that which spreads, muntashirun. Right? इंतकमा यंतकिमु इंतिकामन. इंतिकाम, ये वर्ड सुना हुआ है, या ये जल्दी याद हो जाता है हमको. इंतकाम एक्चुअली ये आया हुआ है वर्ड नकमा. नकमा, नकमा मीन्स टू पनिश. नकमा मीन्स टू पनिश, टू अवेंज. इंतकमा मीन्स रेट्रीब्यूशन. ये लो इसका हिसाब किताब, ईट का जवाब पत्थर से. पनिशिंग फॉर द रॉन्ग. इंतकाम, दैट्स द वर्ड कम्स फ्रॉम. Intakam. Nakama, to persecute, to avenge, to punish. Normal punishment. Intakam, retribution. Not normal punishment. Retribution. Tit for tat. Or you did something wrong. Something like that. Ijtahada yajtahidu ijtihadan. Ijtihad yahin se aata hai. Ijtihad. Right? Yeah, ijtihad is you put your efforts to come to a conclusion. जहद, जिद्दोजहद से. रूट लेटर्स क्या है? जहद, टू स्ट्राइव, टू स्ट्रगल. इज्तिहाद, you strive, you struggle, you try to come to a conclusion. You see what is the, you deduce from lots of sources, you deduce some. That is ijtihad. Ijtihadan. Ijtahada yajtahidu ijtihadan. इख्तलफा यख्तलिफु इख्तिलाफन. इससे भी हम जो है ये भी वर्ड हम काफ़ी यूज़ करते हैं. इख्तिलाफ, डिफर, right? Khalafa. Khalaf word. The roots are khalaf. Khalaf means to come after. Badana. Khalaf means behind. Khalifa. Khalifa word इसी से आता है. Khalifa. Khalifa मतलब the one who comes after. Khalaf means after, behind. Salaf means पहले. हमारे सलफ ऐसे करते थे, सलफ ऐसे नहीं किया करते थे. सलफ जो पहले चले गए, खलफ जो बाद में आ रहे हैं. खलीफा उसके बाद आता है, x के बाद y, y के बाद z. खलीफा means the one who changes, one who comes after. So, ikhtalafa means to differ. It gets the meaning of differing, to differ. Istama'a yastami'u istima'an. Remember, this is istima, not ijtima. Ijtima is jama. Jama से ijtima हो गया. Ijtima word है ना, यहाँ पे ijtima है वहाँ. What do you mean by ijtima? It is jama. The root is jama. Put into this family, it becomes ijtima. Ijtima. Jama का मतलब जमा होना. Together. इसी तरह istama. Istama is from sama. Sama means to hear. Samiya. Samiya Allahu liman hamida. Allah heard the one who praised him. Samiya Allah. Samiya means to hear. If Samiya means to hear, what is Istamiya? Istamiya is not hear. Istamiya is listen. See the difference? Hear and listen. And that too, listen carefully. Listen carefully. Now I'm sitting here. I hear a lot of birds chirping outside. I see bikes going around. So you also, when you from your house, when you're attending, you see a lot of other somebody opening the door, opening the fridge. You see that, and you are attending the class. At that time, you are hearing those things. You are not listening. You are hearing those things in the background. But what you are listening is the lecture, the SARF class. What do you mean? So you are paying attention and listening. But what the other sound that are coming, those are being heard. That is Samiya. This is Istamiya. This is Istamiya. That is the difference between Sama and Istama. They are not same. They are not same. So when you join the Arabic course, spoken Arabic, you will see a lot of lessons. Istami. Listen carefully for the audio practice. Istami. Not here. Listen. Listen. Right? So that's why it is not recommended. It is something disliked. We should not be doing it. Many people have a habit that, especially in the Ramadan, that they are used to listening to all kinds of audio, whatever it is, right? In the rest of the year. But when Ramadan comes, or it's a Friday or Eid, no, we shouldn't be listening it. So what do they do? But they are still used to the background thing. They want that background sound. They don't want silent. They are used to, because every now and then their ears are plugged. Even if they go home, the audios are playing around. So when they suddenly nothing is there, they are like very, very uncomfortable. So what they do? They turn on the Qur'an, the audio in the background. Or when they are traveling in the car, oh, you shouldn't listen to the music, you shouldn't listen to the songs. Okay, what do? Put on the Qur'an. Nice melodious recitation. But are we listening to it? No. It is just a background audio. We want something, and we are chit-chatting. We are talking, we are mast. दोस्त लोग जा रहे हैं, hey, रमज़ान का महीना है, गाने मत लगाओ. ओके, ऑडियो लगा दिया. या घर में बैठे हैं, बातचीत कर रहे हैं, लेकिन पीछे कुरान चालू है. That is not something that is appreciated. No, we shouldn't be doing that. We shouldn't be using Quran as something, as a background tool. No, it is not meant for that. Because Allah Himself says in Quran, وَإِذَا قُرِيَ الْقُرْآنُ فَاسْتَمِعُوا لَهُ. فَاسْتَمِعُوا. He didn't say sami'u or isma. Fastami'u, istamihu. Listen to it carefully when the Quran is recited. And what are we doing? Keeping it as a background music. No, that's not, we are not so melodious sound. Oh, listen to this qari. Yeah, if you want to listen, listen. Don't talk, don't discuss, listen to it carefully. No problem with that. While you're going car or wherever it is, do it. But most of the time I have seen, what my experience is, people think that because they are not listening to the music and listening to the Quran, or rather hearing the Quran, not listening, that's okay. I'm doing a much better job. No, with respect to that music, yeah, you can say that I'm not listening to music but listening to this. But as a overall, this is also not a good habit. You are making fun of that. Those are not the words of a human being. Those are the words of the Creator. They were not meant to make you comfortable as a background music, background sound instead of a normal song. No, they have a greater purpose. So the best thing is just shut it off and continue with your conversation. Whether you are in a car or your home, don't keep it as a background music. But if you keep it, shut up, everyone, and listen to it as long as you can. The moment you realize you have to talk something, shut it off and then go on with the discussion. So that is something we should be very careful about. And unfortunately, many of us, even the qualified people, they do this, which is very incorrect. Anyway, intazama yantazimu intizaman. Intazama yantazimu intizaman. Nazam. इंतजाम को बोलते हैं हम, इंतजाम किया क्या, इंतजाम हो गया क्या, विच मीन्स नज़म बनाया क्या, उसका तरतीब बनाई क्या, इज इट ऑल अरेंज्ड, या इट कम्स फ्रॉम नज़म, नज़म का इंतजाम, इंतजाम वर्ड, इंतजाम यंतजिमु इंतजामन। ओके, इतज़ला यअतज़िलु इतिज़ालन, इतज़ला यअतज़िलु इतिज़ालन, to separate from yourself. इतज़ला, अज़ला means to remove, right? इतज़ला means to separate oneself, renounce, withdraw, किसी चीज़ से दूर हो जाना, किसी चीज़ से निकल जाना, दूर हट जाना, इतज़ला यअतज़िलु इतिज़ालन. That is इक़्तरबा यक़्तरिबु family for you. Okay, then let's go to the last family of today's topic, which is a very familiar word, istaghfara yastaghfiru. Again, the sarf sagir follows the same pattern as iqtaraba yaqtaribu iqtiraban. Istaghfara yastaghfiru, and then istighfaran. Many people have habit istighfar. Istighfaran, the word is istighfaran, not istighfar. Istighfar. Okay, just like in Surah Fatiha also they have mispronounced this word, which is that usually ihdinas siratal mustaqim. There is no it is ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Remember, in Arabic there are only three sounds, u, a, e, no a. That is Urdu. A. That's how they make fun of the Desi people, the Arab people. They istighfar, ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Ihdina. That's why Ihdina is a request to Allah. Ihdina, guide us. But we are not saying the proper word. Ihdina. How are you going to get the guidance? Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Okay, istighfaran fahuwa mustaghfirun. The one who does istighfar is called as mustaghfirun. Mustaghfirun. You will get ustughfira, yustaghfaru, istighfaran fahuwa mustaghfarun. Fahuwa mustaghfarun. And if you want to say someone, hey, do istighfar, you will say istaghfir. If there are two, istaghfira. If there are more than two, istaghfiru. Lady single, istaghfiri. Two ladies, istaghfira. All the women, istaghfirna. La tastaghfir. And then mustaghfarun. Mustaghfarun. The uniqueness or the feature of this family, again, not 100%, most of the time. Most of the time the meaning will be asking for, looking for, wanting to, seeking to, trying to, that kind of a meaning. Asking, seeking, looking, wanting, needing. So what is istighfara? Seek forgiveness. Ask for forgiveness. Right? Istighfara will be, he sought forgiveness. He was seeking forgiveness. He sought forgiveness. He seeks forgiveness. To seek forgiveness. The one who seeks the forgiveness. Mustaghfir. Ustughfira, he was sought for forgiveness. He is being sought for forgiveness. To seek forgiveness, the forgiven. The forgiven. Istaghfir, seek forgiveness. Don't seek forgiveness, astaghfirullah. But that is the meaning of la tastaghfir. Don't seek forgiveness. Mustaghfarun, time and place of seeking forgiveness. Mustaghfarun. Okay, so for this family, as long as you remember that this is something asking, needing, wanting, that is what is used, this family is used specially for. So all the words that are members to this family will have that kind of a meaning, right? Mostly, sometimes normal meaning is also there, as I told you, keep that in mind. Like you have istakbala, istakbala, yastakbilu, इस्तिकबालन, इस्तिकबाल यहां से आता है, इस्तिकबाल, इस्तिकबाल, इस्तिकबालन, टू वेलकम, टू सीक टू मीट, टू सीक टू वेलकम, राइट। सो इसका रूट देखेंगे आप तो कबला, कबूल, एक्सेप्ट. So when someone comes at your door, if someone wants to come, you accept its invitation. That is qabul. And then you do istiqbal. Istiqbal. Turn forward, come. Okay? Wanting to meet. Mustaqbil. इसी से again. Mustaqbil. Yeah, इसी से आता है. Mustaqbil. Coming in front of. Mustaqbil यानी आगे. हमारे आगे. आगे आने वाला. Istaqbala means to meet. To meet. इस्तफ्ताहा यस्तफ्तिहु इस्तिफ्ताहन, इस्तिफ्ताहन, इस्तफ्ताहा यस्तफ्तिहु इस्तिफ्ताहन. Now, the root letters here are fatah. Fatah. Fatah means to open. Generally, that is the meaning. But fatah has a lot of other meanings also. So keep that in mind. In Quran, this word is not used only for meaning. It is fatah से victory भी बोलती है. इस पे fatah हासिल की. Victory. Fatah also means judgment. Fatah also means judgment. So istaftaha could be looking for the judgment, wanting the judgment, not just wanting to open. Okay, keep that one word has multiple meanings. Inshallah, that you will see when you if you have registered for the Surah Quraysh, you will see that I'm going to go through each and every word and the different meanings that I have gathered for the word Quraysh itself. For the word Quraysh, it's how the word Quraysh. So you see that Quraysh word has 6 to 7 meanings, and here we are. Quraysh means tribe, that's it. And why is it a tribe? So keep in mind, Arabic is a rich language. It has multiple meanings. What we do in the class, okay, we can't handle all the meanings, so we say, okay, this is this normally, or 10 out of 8 times it is used as this. So fatah is usually used for opening, Surah Fatiha, right? But it also has a lot of meaning, to open, to related to victory, related to judgment. It also means to begin, istaftaha, to begin, right? So istaftaha will be to seek the judgment, to seek victory. It could also mean to seek the help, because fatah also means help. No? So all the meanings will apply based on how it is used in the sentence. Istankaha yastankihu istinkahan. Aha, ये meaning तो सबको पता होना चाहिए. What could be the meaning of this? Istankaha yastankihu istinkahan. How will you translate? Huh? Nikah. Nikah is nikah, but that don't have to use istankaha. What is the meaning of istankaha? Yeah, to wish to marry, to seek someone in nikah. That is istankaha. Allah uses this word in Quran. He uses this word istankaha yastankihu istinkahan, to seek to marry, to look to marry, to wish to marry. Nakaha means to marry. When you take nakaha and put in istankaha, you are looking to marry. You want to marry. You seek to marry. Istankaha. Istakthara. Yastakthiru. Istiktharan. Istiktharan. Istaksara. Yastaksiru. Istiksara. Kathir. Zyada. Bahut zyada. To look to accumulate. To have lot of things. Right? Okay. Desire of abundance. To desire. Istamta'a yastamti'u istimta'an. Istamta'a yastamti'u istimta'an. Mata. This world is mata'ul ghurur. ऐसा कुछ है ना बोला हुआ. Mata means to be comfortable, to have all the means, kind of a thing. To live a easy life, have a ease, enjoy, relish. That is mata. Istamta, to look to enjoy, to look to have a luxurious, comfortable life. Istamta, mata. Istakbara, yastakbiru, istikbaran. ये तो बहुत बार यूज किया है. Istikbara, to become proud, to become haughty. Yeah, istakbara, to grow proud. Takabbur, यहीं से आसे. Takabbara या takabbaru, takabburan. Ta'allama, takabbara या takabbaru, takabburan. To grow proud. Right? Istat'ama, yastat'imu, istit'aman. What is this related to? food, ta'am, food, looking for food, asking for food, wanting food. Again used in Qur'an when Musa alayhi salam and so maybe this is so this could be a mistake. Yeah, that should be thaw. I think so. That's why it is making my pronunciation a little bit two thas together. Yes, you're right. It should be thaw. I think it's a copy paste because there was the istamta'a. So it's a byproduct of copy paste. Forgot to change ta to thaw. Yeah, it should be istat ama, istat ama, yastat imu, istit aman. Okay, so the first, the second ta should be thaw, the heavy one, thaw. Ta'am, food. So to look for food, to ask for food. So when Musa alayhi salam and Khidr, they went to that village where they intended to repair that wall. They were tired of the journey. So both of them asked for food. So that's where it uses ta'ama. So it uses the word for dual. Both of them asked for food. The last one in this is istakhlasa, yastakhlisu, istikhlasan. Istakhlasa, yastakhlisu, istikhlasan. Again, the root is khalas, which is your khalis. Khalis. Istakhlasa means to seek the best out of it, to best of a thing. जो भी चीज़ है उसमें से best लेना. Istakhlasa, khalis. Khalis का मतलब pure, the best. Istakhlasa, to seek the best of a thing, to single out. Okay, so these are some of the members of the Istaghfara family. So to summarize the three families today, all of them start with E. So if you have a word that starts with E, don't bother investigating and analyzing the remaining five families. It is not from it. And if the word does not start with E, don't bother messing up with these three families. Is it istaghfar? No, it is not. It has to start with E. That is the sign. Now, nobody asks, but let me tell you, because once this session is over, then I will get messages. So, before all of you, if the word starts with E, let's say, how will I figure out whether it is inkasara, whether it is iktaraba, whether it is istaghfara? So, you need some hints and some clues, some technique to figure out if the family is E. Yeah, I can boil it down to the last three families. Yeah, it could be one of the three. But then how I proceed further? Which one is this? Because the root letters will be different. So how will you know? Right? Yeah, additional letters will be there. But then still you need to know the pattern, how to figure it out. So here is the thing. If you happen to come across a word which is E, so you come down, it could be family number 7, family number 8 or family number 10. Or family number 10. Even family number 9 is also E, but we are not studying it yet. So all the 4 are E. But anyway, leave that out. So it could be 7, 8 or 10. Okay, so how do I figure it out? Here's the first thing that you should do. If it starts with E, look, see, check if it has ista in the beginning. I said ista, not pista. Okay, ista. If it has ista in the beginning, it belongs to Istaghfara family. Mostly, 99%. It belongs to Istaghfara family. Don't bother looking at Iktaraba and Inkasara. It is Istaghfara family. If it starts with E, but it doesn't have ista, it has in. It has in, beginning with in, then most probably this is Inkasara family. It is not Istaghfara, it is not Iktaraba. In se start ho raha hai, so it is Inkasara family. Now if it is E, doesn't have ista, doesn't have in, then it has to be Iktaraba family. That's how you can solve this puzzle of a word starting with E. Past tense especially. We are talking about past tense. Okay? So that's how you can nail it down or boil it down to a single family out of the three. Ista, istaghfara, in kasara, rest everything, iktaraba. और इक्तराबा में और एक चीज़ देख सकते हैं आप कि जो थर्ड लेटर है दैट इज ता, थर्ड लेटर ता होगा, वो भी उससे भी कंफर्म कर सकते हो कि ये इक्तराबा है. एक तरीका यह है कि इस्ता नहीं है, इन नहीं है, तो इक्तरबा है, और कंफर्म करना है त है क्या थर्ड लेटर, यस, देन इट इज कंफर्म्ड, इट इज इक्तरबा. So that's how you can solve this puzzle. Yes. Any questions? Okay. So here is the summary of all the big families that we have studied so far for your reference. First was family 2, Allama yuallimu ta'liman. Family 3, Jahada yujahidu jihadan wa mujahadatan. Family 4, Akhbara yukhbiru ikhbaran wa huwa mukhbirun. These three are together. Okay, how? Why? Why they are clubbed together? Their present tense starts with Dhamma. Their present tense starts with Dhamma. Then we club together next two, which is family number 5, Ta'allama yata'allamu ta'alluman. Family number 6, Tasa'ala yatasa'alu tasa'ula. Okay, Tasa'ala. ना आता तुम्हाला माहित पाहिजे हा वर्ड कसा आला. तसाला ऑलरेडी शिकवले तुम्हाला. तसाला. So tasa'ala yatasa'alu tasa'ulan. These two are clubbed together. Why? Because they are the families that start with ta. Yeah, they start with ta. Okay. And then the next family, family number 7, that is inkasara yankasiru inkisaran. Okay. And then family number 8, iktaraba yaktaribu iktiraban. And then family number 10, istaghfara yastaghfiru istighfaran. These are clubbed together. Even the coloring is different. Blue, green, purple. Blue, present tense Dhamma. Green, starting with Ta. Purple, all of them starting with E. So this way, you don't have to deal with all the 8 families when you get a word in a big family. You have to quickly eliminate those which are not possible, which are not acceptable. That's it. See, is this format? Allama, Shadda, Jahada, you can do that. Or is the present tense starting with Dhamma? Then it is only first 3. Don't worry about the remaining 5. It's not possible. Or the past tense is starting with E. Okay, so focus on the last 3. That's it. Okay, so here is the things I have written for you in the notes. These are the only families whose present tense starts with Dhamma. Okay, these are the only families which start with Ta. All these families start with E sound. So this way it will help you out to figure out the words. Okay. So that's all I had. Any questions? You are free to ask now. Bolo. Yeah, they're possible. The root letters will not be the part of the pattern. Maybe what you're trying to say is, I can get just hypothetically, maybe this such word doesn't exist. What happens if there's a word taraba, let's say, taraba. I don't know whether it exists or not. Ta means alif ba ta, taraba. And if you put it in iktaraba, it will be ittaraba. It will be ittaraba. 2 tars together. Yeah, that's possible. That's possible. Because the part of the pattern, the letters that are used as part of pattern are from the same alphabets of Arabic. So they could be so yeah, there is a ittakhaza. So this is, see, this course is for the basic students who are just getting, that doesn't mean you have studied everything in SARF. No, there is still a lot more. That's why we have basic, intermediate, advanced and master. So this is just basic. So that's why we are not discussing all those things here. Because for you, for some of the students who are already studying with us, yeah, these are all basic. So you can think, what about this and that? But imagine those who are getting exposed to SARF for the first time. They will not be thinking to that thing. But yes, that is possible. But those are all advanced things. There are fixations and workarounds and things that come into picture when that things happen. Ghafara. Ghafara. In family 10, it will be always the last 3 letters will be root letters. In family 10. Ista is the pattern. Ista. That's it. It's easy of 3. Ista is the pattern. Rest everything is root letters. Yeah, in is the pattern. In is the other root. Only iktaraba, the pattern in the iktaraba is, after the first root letter, immediately second root letter doesn't come. The part of the pattern ta comes, and then the second and the third. That's the only difference there. Okay? Any other questions? Okay, if not, then inshallah we will try to wrap it up. So alhamdulillah, this completes the big families. So I was doing this for the first time because I didn't have idea how to fix this or how to contain this topic in 7 days. I have never done this because usually it's our regular class. It goes for 2 months. So, and if there is some adjustment, I can do this. But to complete it in 7 days and with the hypothetical division, I was a little bit skeptical. But alhamdulillah, it just matched the way I divided it. So the big families out of the way, only small families are remaining. That we will try to handle tomorrow. There are 6 families inside, 6 patterns inside it. In family number 1 itself, there are 6 patterns. Now, there is a good thing. There is a positive thing about it, and there is a challenging thing about the small family. Small families, the good thing is you don't have to deal with long letters like istaghfara, inkasara, iktaraba, jahad. No. It will be small families. Only 3 letters. Only 3 letters. But the thing is, the challenging part is they are not very consistent, or they are not like big families where you give me the past tense and I can create the remaining members of the SARF Sagi. I can. If you just give me the past tense or give me just present tense, I can. You can do that for big families. But small families, no, not exactly. You can go only certain distance. That's it. And then you need a help. So you will need some help from the teacher, from the book, from the dictionary, from the website to really figure out what is the present tense, what is the past tense. So that is the challenging part. It doesn't literally follow like the big families. But anyway, once you get used to it, that's not a big challenge. But I'm just giving you a heads up for tomorrow that this is the thing that happens with the small family. So inshallah, with that, we wrap this session, and inshallah we'll try to meet tomorrow for the concluded session. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum.